Hello guys, welcome back to the video. Today I'm doing a review of the LEGO Star Wars 75302 Imperial Shuttle. It has 660 pieces and comes with 3 minifigures. The front box art looks pretty cool if you ask me. Death Star 2 in the background definitely pops. The back box art shows some different functions it has, the folding wings, the opening cockpit, the opening fin with the inside compartment. But first, as always, we'll take a look at the minifigures. First on our list is Luke Skywalker. This is the same Luke Skywalker minifigure that we got in the Death Star Final Duel set last year. Nothing wrong with him, he's a pretty detailed guy, looks just like Mark Hamill did in the movie. He's got 2 expressions, one being kind of happy and one pretty stern. He's got nice reflective printing for his belt. He comes with these handcuff pieces for you to put him across his hands so that way he can't escape. Next is Darth Vader. This minifigure is kind of a letdown because in last year's Death Star Final Duel set we got arm printed Darth Vader, and this guy doesn't have arm printing. He also doesn't have a soft cape, which is kind of sad. It's the same minifigure just without arm printing, without a soft cape. Without his cape and helmet on, you can see he's got a pretty cool face. He's got some scars on the back as well as some reflective printing for the control panel pieces. Last but certainly not least, we have the Imperial Officer. Now I believe this minifigure is new to this set. I could be wrong, but he's new to me, and that's what's important. He's got some pretty cool printing, and basically taking the hat off, all you can see is more of his headset there. Now looking at the actual Imperial Shuttle set, this set looks really good for what you're getting. It's a great piece for price, comparatively for most Star Wars sets that are generally not very good piece for price, but this set is. And the majority of this looks really good. There's just a few parts that I don't like, and I'll get to those here in a minute. The cockpit opens up and you can sit one minifigure inside. The bad thing is there's no control panel piece for him to use and no steering wheel, and usually LEGO's really good about that. It has 2 stud shooters, one on either side for you to shoot studs at people if you would like. It's got some cool guns on the sides as well. The back fin there can pop up and you can get inside there where you can fit 2 minifigures, which isn't bad for the use of space, but it's better than nothing, I think. So I mean, see in there, there's not a whole lot of detail going on. There's just some of those tan pieces and then a white exhaust piece to kind of separate the 2 minifigures sitting there. It's kind of like this lever piece is on like a rubber piece that helps it pivot back and forth, and it's super strong when it latches in there, so it's not going nowhere. That exhaust piece on the top is also printed, which I thought was really cool. Obviously the main function of this set is the folding down wings, so while you're in flight mode you can fold them down so you can catch the air that's in space, definitely. You can't sit it on it though. If you were to sit on its wings, it's just going to fold back down. It won't break because this set is extremely durable. You can shake it around, fly it around, hold it from all sorts of different places, and it's not going to break. It's got some nice blue engine pieces towards the back and a couple other guns back there as well. And it really looks pretty darn good. But I do have some criticisms for it. For one, this landing gear is not quite sufficient enough to keep it stable. As you can see, if you just push it forward or backwards any little bit, it's just gonna fall over, and that's just not good. And the cockpit piece here, I feel like there's just too much extra Technic stuff showing at the bottom, which again isn't good, and you can see right into the cockpit, so if this guy's flying in space, he's just gonna freeze the instant he gets out there, which is not good. I mean, you can even see my hand through the windscreen behind there, which is just not good at all, I don't think. And I'm going towards the end of this video here, or actually right now, I'm going to fix it, do a lot of things to it, spend about 2 hours on it and make it much better, and it's totally worth it, as you can see. Not a whole lot of difference I made to it just looking visually onto it, but I've made quite a few changes to the actual thing. I also have included more minifigures, which is closer to the 2005 Imperial Shuttle, but if LEGO ever includes this many minifigures in a set, you know the apocalypse is coming. And that's this cheap of a set anyway. I pushed that exhaust piece forward about 2 studs, which was super easy to do, and I did that because it was more accurate to the actual Imperial Shuttle you see in Return of the Jedi. I also put a couple more tiles here and there to smooth everything out. I did not snot or put studs knot on top of the whole wings to make them nice and smooth. I don't have enough tiles to tile the whole thing off. Anyway, I put some more tiles there on top of the windscreen piece instead of having the 2x6 plate that was there before. Once you pop open the canopy inside, you can see I've worked it in so I can fit 2 minifigures inside with control panel pieces, and that is just so awesome in my opinion. And I did it without compromising the integrity of it. It's super strong. I mean, I would feel super comfortable picking it up from this cockpit piece. So you have a jumper plate there and a couple other pieces towards the back to set your people in. I did not compromise any of the other functions of the set as well, so you can still open the back hatch, and I was able to fit 3 minifigures in there, not 2 but 3 in the back instead of the 2. There's also the 4 guns there for the gun rack, so they can sit all 4 of the stormtroopers' guns there, which I think is really a good thing to have since they're lugging them around and whatnot. And the middle guy in the middle can stand up. I also was able to remove enough pieces to make an actual hallway in between the two, the cockpit and then the main compartment of the actual ship, which I think is great. It's not functional, but it just gives the impression that you could put a minifigure to walk through there. Obviously you can't, but you get my meaning. So I really think redesigning these 2 sections of the ship made it a much better shuttle, and I'm very proud of what I was able to accomplish by adding just a couple of my own pieces and taking apart the pieces that I already had to work with. I also removed some of the pieces off the cannons to make them more accurate to the real Imperial shuttle that you see in the movie. You can still swoosh it around and everything, and you can see now there's no gap. I mean, there is a gap, but there's not quite as much of a gap underneath there, and the Technic beam is gone from under there. I also redid the landing gear so it doesn't want to wobble over or anything while you're playing around with it. I went for a more accurate design with 2 struts instead of the 3. You can easily remove them if you want, if you're doing like stop motion with it or whatever you want to do, or you're displaying it. But if you remove them and set it down, you cannot open the windscreen, and that was the same for the set itself before. That's why the landing struts, I assume, were static on it. Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed this review, and we'll see you next time at Dynamic Productions. Thanks for watching.